Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another instructive video. This is from a game that a student of mine and I played together against someone pretty good, rated in the mid-1600s, about a week ago. My student's name is Jacob, and he just started to take chess seriously maybe 6 months ago. As you can tell, he is already quite good. And this will be a very instructive game. So let's take a look. We have d4, d5, c4, the Queen's Gambit. We play the declined variation. White plays a3, which looks a little bit weird, but the logic of a3, it has 2 points. One, it's a useful waiting move to see what black does, and two, sometimes black can play c5, and if white takes, black will take with the bishop. In that case, with the bishop here, white can play b4 with tempo, and then bring the bishop on this nice diagonal. Okay, we developed the knight, which is fine. Our opponent developed their knight, so far normal chess. We got ready to castle, bishop e7. He played e3, which makes sense. It does block this bishop in, but again, remember the bishop a lot of the time will end up going here. We castled, makes sense. He developed his bishop. Important point in this openings with the tension between those two pawns. A lot of the time, white does not want to touch this bishop and develop other things first, because if black takes, white wants to be able to take in one move. And going in the other direction, black sometimes does not take until white already moves this bishop, so that this bishop ends up spending 2 moves to take back. At any rate, our opponent developed the bishop, we now took. Our opponent took back, and we challenged the center. Our opponent has this nice pawn over here. It gives him more space. We need to challenge that space. Our opponent played knight e2, which is not terrible, but the knight probably belongs on f3 because he does control more squares from there. But okay, it's not the end of the world. We developed the knight and put more pressure on the center. Our opponent castle, makes sense. He has enough defenders. He does not need to overreact. We played a6 because we want to play b5 and bring the bishop to b7. Our opponent now took. We took back. Our opponent played b4. That's what he was waiting for. Now he can activate his bishop. We drop the bishop to a7. The idea is maybe it will be useful here. Maybe we'll switch it to b8 and he will be useful on this square. Bishop b2. Our opponent activates the bishop. That's a very nice bishop. b5. We doing the same thing. Preparing bishop b7. Our opponent dropped the bishop to a2. Same thing that we did. And this position is very, very symmetrical. In fact, it's exactly the same. The only difference is our opponent's knight is on e2, and our knight is on f6. If this knight were here, this is absolutely symmetrical. Our opponent played queen c2, which is not completely stupid. His idea is to improve the queen, maybe bring the bishop behind the queen, and then try to eliminate our knight. Also now his rooks are connected. He can bring the rooks to open files. We play rook c8 to take advantage of the queen. Rook d1. He attacks our queen with tempo. Also now if he plays this move, his rook is not going to be stuck in the corner. Computer does not love queen c7. It prefers queen e7 because it gets away from the line of the rooks. But our point behind queen c7 was to connect these guys over here. Our opponent plays knight f4. I believe the pawn of knight f4 is at some point maybe something like knight h5 becomes possible. In this position, computer wants us to play knight e5, open this line, improve the knight. We play bishop b8, which is slightly less good. The point is, though, if this knight ever moves, we just have a checkmate. And there could be some tricks connected to g5. Opponent played g3 to try to block this, but there's a big downside. Once this move happened, the light squares became really open, and this bishop becomes incredibly powerful. What white should have done is try to bring the other knight to defend. Let's say knight e2. It also opens the bishop, which means if we ever play g5 to kick this knight, our knight will also be free. And yeah, black is a little better, but white is holding. But white made a very instructive mistake. He opened his light squares. So how do we take advantage of it? Well, we killed two birds with one stone. We played knight e5, which A, opens our bishop, and B, now knight can get in there, which could be very nice. Opponent blocks the line at a cost of a pawn, which we of course took. Knight f3. He did not feel like walking into any potential discoveries, especially because if he goes here or here, he is going to lose his queen, because we have knight e1 or knight d4. We in the queen. So opponent decided to run in the other direction, and now there are many promising moves. We chose to play knight e4, and the reason we chose knight e4, knight e4 is a check. It does give this up, but if he takes, he puts his king on the diagonal of the bishop. So if he takes, we will be able to take here, and then we're going to win either this or this, because he is in check. What else can he do? Well, not too much. If he goes to g2, he's in check. If he goes to g2, we can do many things. Again, we can take here, opening up the discovery. So if he takes back, he's going to lose his queen. So here. Something like this. Okay, what else can he do? Well, he can go to e2, but now this is just simple. This knight is triple attacked, and we win a piece. So knight e4 was a very nice move. Computer thinks there are better options like knight g4, but knight e4 is good enough. And again, if you only think one move ahead, you will not see this move because it looks like you're giving up your knight, but you need to think further. Opponent gives up his queen. We took back. He took, and okay, it's not completely over yet. He has two pieces for a queen. We took an h2 attacking the rook. He counterattacks. And here, when you're up, there are many ways you can play the position, but one of the easiest way is simplify if you can. So we actually came up with the best move here. We gave up some material back. We played queen c2, which is a fork. If he takes us, which he did, which he should, it's another fork, and things fall. So he took, we took, and yes, we gave back some material, but we will still be up by quite a bit. He moves the king to g1. We now take this rook, and if he takes back, we're going to take the bishop. If he runs over with the bishop, we'll save the knight, and we're up 2 rooks for 2 minor pieces, plus a couple of pawns. So it's a matter of time. Okay, he takes the knight, we took his bishop. Again, we're up to exchanges. Alright, he went a little bit crazy. He took here, we took back. He's now pinned. The reason for this move, by the way, his bishop is actually trapped. And he could defend with the knight, but then he cannot maintain everything. So we'd like to attack this knight and kick it. but he'll defend it with the next knight. So the simplest move is get rid of knight number 1. And once he takes, simply attack this, and everything just dies. Okay, so he gave this up, but the game went on for another couple of moves, and he resigned. So an instructive game showing you some attacking ideas in the Queen's Gambit. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, please subscribe, please help the channel grow, and I will be back soon. Thank you.